Hey guys, what is up? It's Lauren with Lauren's Lovely, and I'm doing part 2 of that estate sale video that y'all most likely saw the other day. If you're wondering why I'm changed clothes, it's because it is Southeast Texas and it is very hot and I get sweaty and your girl was sweating, so I need to change clothes. So that's why the fit change. In today's video, I did want to show y'all everything that I got and kind of explain the differences in the estate sales. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm going to flip you guys around and show you what I got. Alright, so over here I got a couple different books. These two were $2 each, and then this was $3, and then that was $4. These are more recent books, and then these two over here are older books. But I am a reseller. I have a vintage booth. I have a store on eBay, so I'm always trying to learn and get more knowledge. So I thought these would be really useful. Also, if you took the covers off, the spines are really pretty, and I thought I could make great coffee table books with those. And then moving along, I did get quite a bit of vintage Christmas ornaments here. So I did not know what the price of the ornaments were when I first went up to the big box that had all of them in there. And I was just hoping they weren't going to be crazy expensive, and the lady charged me $1 for each. So I paid $2, for those, and $3 for those, like two. And then I got all these birds, and checking out was very chaotic. The sale started at 2, but the lady was letting people in at 1:30. I got to the sale at 1:50 because her post said no early birds. So I was trying to abide by that, but I figured there would be a line because the guy who passed away was a collector and had really cool stuff, and his whole house was literally like a museum. So many cool finds, so many cool things. So, I expected there to be a lot of people, but to my surprise, I was very late to the sale, and a lot of stuff had already been picked over. And when I was walking up, the line to check out was huge. It was very long, and the lady was, pricing everything, writing everything down all herself, and doing all the sales herself at the table. So it was kind of a long process, and I saw why people were waiting in line a little bit. But some things, she was making prices for as people were bringing them up. So I kind of thought this might be that way. If this had been more than $1 a piece, if they had been a couple dollars a piece, I might have tried to haggle. But, I don't like to do that unless I really absolutely have to. So for $1, not a bad price. And then these birds were super cute. And I got birds. I specifically picked them out of the bin that were not missing their beaks. So all of these had beaks when I got them, and then they insisted on packing them for me, which is a sweet gesture, but the way they packed them, I have lost beaks on my little birdies now. And I also lost the feet, and I don't know where the feet went. They were on there, and now they're not. And I looked in the box, and they're not in the box. And I was using those tea towels as kind of some padding for that little box that they gave me, because they were handing out boxes to people too, to put stuff in, to walk around the house, and then they were putting them in a pile, but they weren't marking the boxes. They weren't really keeping track of it. And at the time that I needed a box, I only had this brass little tub right there, and that crock, and the alabaster stone egg, and I think maybe that candlestick and that fan. So not a lot. So yeah, that box was fine. It was perfect. But then I grabbed a whole bunch more stuff, and those books did not fit. So I was kind of hoping they would have given me a bigger box. But it is whatever. You make lemons out of lemonade. You do what you can with what you got. I made it work. I crammed all of this, sans the books, in that little box. So moving along past the Christmas ornaments, I got some vintage ephemera. These are like little forget-me-nots. It's a little Christmas card. It's blank on the back, but it's got some really pretty, intricate, like embossing detail. And then this card is another Christmas wishes with some pink roses. I junk journal. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's basically you grab like old scraps of paper and things that you collect and that are relevant to your life, or pretty stickers or washi tape, and you put it in a book and make images out of it, scenes, or just kind of stick it wherever. That's why they call it a junk journal. And that's what I planned for those. And then this was so cute, little Easter card. I can use that next year for my junk journal. And then I really liked this lady. I really like Victorian style ladies and people and their dress, and I'm fascinated with like the late 18 and 1900s, well, early 1900s rather. We're in the late 1900s when I was born, haha. But I thought she was really striking and pretty, so I grabbed her. And then I grabbed these vintage Christmas, New Year's cards also for my junk journal. I thought they were really cool. Never been written on. And then this one is like a little limerick, like a little poem about Sally and Jack. I don't know if you know about Jack Horner. If y'all watch the Shrek movies and Puss in Boots movies, Jack Horner's in there, and he's the guy with all the pies. So that was kind of cute, kind of funny. So I think this is supposed to be like an old school Valentine card. And here's the back. Again, not written on. And then these are postcards from New Orleans. I love New Orleans. I've only been once, but I plan to go back. Me and my husband went for our honeymoon, and I thought this was really cool. It's an envelope. It kind of opens up and then would have postcards inside it, but I don't think this one has the postcards. But I thought this would be great to put in my junk journal too, and maybe put some of my ephemera that I got from New Orleans when I went on vacation for our honeymoon in that. Same thought process behind this. This one actually does have postcards, and they have different scenes from New Orleans in it. This looks like one of the courtyards. And then again, like another part of the house with the pier. So that's really cool. And then third and final one, a little bit different view of New Orleans. This is near Bourbon Street in the Jackson Square, near the cathedral and like Cafe du Monde and everything. It's got Jackson on his horse, the big statue. And then this is the stadium where they have some of their games and like concerts and stuff. I think Jazz Fest may be held here. So I thought that was cool too. And again, I'm gonna use this for junk journaling. And then I don't know how much the lady charged me on this brass fan. There wasn't a price on it, and she was going so quick with her pricing because the line was so long, and I was about halfway through the line and she was trying to get done. She realized it's taking a long time, so she started moving a little bit quicker. And the sticker says made in Taiwan, in case y'all are wondering. It's not very heavy, but I thought it was cool. I have some Asian inspired stuff in my booth, and people are really into brass right now, so I thought I could put that with the Asian stuff and kind of mix it together. It's got the cranes. I'm assuming those are cranes on there. So I thought it kind of had like an Asian flair to it. So that was my thought process behind that. I was really sad. There was a lady in front of me, and she grabbed the other two candlesticks that went with this. I think they were all a set of 3, and they were marked $2, and they were varying heights. Like this one, I don't know if y'all can see that very well, but this was a shorter one, and then there was one a little taller, and then one taller than it, and she grabbed the other two and left this one behind. And so I grabbed it because, you know, maybe somebody else might need one single candlestick, or they might have the other two and just need this one. You never know. And then I got this iron, and it was marked at $5, but I think she gave me like $3 or $4 on it. I don't think she charged me the $5 because this is like stone, but it's not a very heavy stone. Like this thing's really light. And then I got this little pitcher crock style for a couple bucks. I also don't think she gave me the tagged price. I think this was $5. She charged me a few. And then I got a little bit of minis here. I don't know if y'all can see these very well. This is a little mini, like blue and white delt kind of looking iron. And this is a little brass planner. I think it goes into a dollhouse, but I thought it was cute. I thought maybe I could put like some mini greenery in there or something and put with my little miniature set. And then I thought this duck was really cool flying over this like mountain rocky kind of like terrain. And then I love cats. I have a cat. I'm a crazy cat lady. So I got this blue and white and gray hand painted little ceramic cat. And then I saw this and I was like, is that Dumbo? And I was like, it is Dumbo. So I picked it up, and it's got the Disney stamp on it, but I honestly have no idea what this goes to, you guys. So if y'all could help me out on maybe what this little figurine goes to, I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, does anybody know what this thing is worth, because I have no idea, and it was only 50 cents. Like, she had these two at 50 cents, and she had these each at $1. So if y'all could let me know in the comments, I'd greatly appreciate it. That's all for my haul. Give y'all one final look, kind of everything. And then flip y'all around and say goodbye. Alright, lovelies, thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any tips, tricks, pointers for me, I'd greatly appreciate that also, since I'm just starting out. Remember to please be kind, do not be rude. We're all just trying to be humans and make it over here, okay? And then also, if you could like and subscribe to my channel, my videos, I'd greatly appreciate it. And always, stay lovely. Bye for now.